Hey guys, my name is Jay, and in this video I want to talk about WordPress security. I'm gonna be honest with you. In 2014, I got hacked like 5 times in a row. I don't know how, who, or what, but in 2015, I learned a lot about security. Now in 2016, I want to share this knowledge with you. I use some plugins. I want to give you some tips and tricks. So I hope it helps, and let's go. All right, first thing I do after my WordPress is installed and ready to rock and roll is making sure that my password and username are pretty strong, okay? So the first thing I do is go to my users and your profile. And this is my admin account. And as you can see, my username is not my name and is not my nickname, right? So we are good. But I have here display my name as Yoda, which is my username, and I don't want that because then people are going to try Yoda as my username, and then the only thing left is the password, and they are halfway there to hack my WordPress, and I don't want it. So I'm gonna change it to my real name right there, and the people's gonna see my real name. They are not gonna have a clue what my username is or my nickname and stuff. So that's okay from now. Then I have to make sure my password is strong. So I'm gonna click on generate password, and this right here is perfect. Please don't use your name or your mother's name or your date, your first girlfriend's name. I don't know. Don't use stuff from your real life, okay? One very important thing: never use admin as your username, okay? Don't use admin. Don't use test or something like that, or maybe administrator or a username used by millions of people, okay? Don't do it, because I'm gonna show you later why, okay? Now that you're set, you have everything set, your password is done, copy and paste this password in some place secured, click update, and you're ready to go. Now, after I'm done with this, I'm gonna install my favorite security plugin, which is WordFence. WordFence have a free and a premium version. In my website, I have the free version, but in some websites that I have to be very secure. They have to be very secured. I have the paid version, and I have my scan scheduled. I have live traffic. I have everything there. I even have the cell phone sign in, which is a pretty cool tool. Then when you use you put your username and password to log in, you have to confirm that you're logging in your cell phone, which is awesome, right? So they have all these options. You can go to wordfence.com and take a look at everything they have. But I'm gonna show you the free version that I'm using and what I do, okay? So as you can see here, you have all these options, but most of these options are the premium version. But in the free version, you're gonna have the scan option available for you to use. And this is what I do every week. I go here, click on start the scan, and now WordFence is gonna scan the whole website. As you can see down here, is scanning your whole WordPress, your code, your files, everything, okay? And some of this stuff is for only paid versions, as you can see, paid members, sorry, as you can see here. And then it's gonna start like scanning everything, all right? And at the end, they're gonna tell you right down here if you have issues, if you have code, like odd codes in your WordPress. Sometimes you're gonna have code in your WordPress that you didn't do or you didn't change. And that's the amazing thing about WordPress. I mean, about WordFence. You're gonna know that there is a code that you didn't add and it looks, weird. So you just go and remove the code and you're good to go. Now this is gonna take a couple minutes here. So I'm just gonna pause the video and then start it again. All right, my scan is complete. As you can see, everything is secured so far. All right, we have some paid members only options here, but everything looks great. As you can see here, scanning for URLs, weak passwords, DNS, everything here, like all themes or plugins that you have to update. They're gonna let you know when you have to update stuff, and everything looking good. And as you can see here, new issues. It says, congratulations, no security problems that were detected by WordFence. Awesome, this is great. If you have problems, they're gonna tell you here what the problem is and how you can fix it. Sometimes you can fix it right there, just clicking a button. Or you have to go to the code, maybe to your WordPress theme or your WordPress files and go there and fix the code, okay? Now, WordFence have all these cool options, but as you can see, they are only available for the paid version, the premium version. And if you really need it, I think paying like $4 a month to secure your website is pretty cheap. Okay. Now, after I'm done with WordFence and I'm happy with it, I'm gonna install a CAPTCHA for my login, because I think it's very important to have a next step after a username and password, because there are a lot of bots, these are not humans. These are, programs running 24/7 trying to get into your website. So you need to make it very difficult, all right? And for that one, I installed one named CAPTCHA by Best Web Soft. They have a pretty cool free version that actually really works, but they have a plus version and they have a pro version. So just take a look at it, go to the bestwebsoft.com and take a look at CAPTCHA. They have a ton of good plugins in there. And I'm gonna show you here how it is. So you can see I have it right here, BWS plugins, CAPTCHA. All right. I'm gonna show it only on the login form. You can actually leave it on the registration, comments, and everything. You know what? I'm gonna leave it everything like it is. And there is a feature, an amazing one that I love. I use a lot Contact Form 7 plugin for the forms, and they add CAPTCHA to those forms if you have the paid version, which is pretty cool. And they have all these things available too. All right, and here we have some options, like you can hide it for registered users in the comments. You can add a title, so like this one, are you human? Or maybe you can put like security or whatever you want, really. The required symbol, okay. Show the reload button, yes. And you want to add like plus or minus or multiplications. I'm gonna leave it like plus and minus. You can show numbers, words, or images. I'm just gonna leave it like that, and that's good for me. That's awesome. So I'm gonna click Save Changes, and that's done. Let's log out and see how it looks. All right, so as you can see here, we have our CAPTCHA right here. We have the title, security. And then we have like 5 minus an empty field equals 4. Right? Let's do it and log in. All right, and we're in. The next thing I want to do is install a backup plugin. One backup can save your life, believe me. It happens to me before. For some reason, I removed some important files, or maybe you got hacked and you have to recover, and those backups can save your life. Now I want to show you a list of some popular backup plugins. And by the way, this presentation is by my friend Russ, so you can here at the end contact him. You have his Twitter and his link right there, so you can contact him if you want. He knows a lot about security. Thank you so much for this presentation. And as you can see here, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. All right, here we have a list of backup plugins. This actually is very important on the security of your WordPress, because if something really bad happens, well, you have a backup, so you can sleep better at night and don't worry about it. Okay. All of these ones are very good. I'm using this one right now because it's a free plugin, so you can back up your WordPress for free, and you have tons of options to do it. And I'm gonna go back to my dashboard to show you how that plugin works. And as you can see here, we have down here back WP up, which is great. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on add a new job. Okay, add a new job. All right, you can add a name or whatever you want. And here you have all these options. Here you have the option of the archive name, so you can actually add like specific dates and stuff like that. The format, so if you want a zip or a different format. And now this is what I love about the plugin. I actually use Dropbox, my Dropbox account. So in there I have all my backups, but you can actually use FTP, and the paid version is gonna let you to back up your WordPress in Google Drive, which is awesome. But for now, I'm gonna use Dropbox, which is pretty good. And they send you log files, so you can add whatever email you want, and they will send you log files. If something happened in the backup, they send you an email and say, hey, there was an error or whatever, you know. So we have all those options. You can schedule your backups in this option right here in this tab. And here you have those options. You can play with them. I am not gonna go very deep. I just want to show you how it works and what you can do with it. But if you download it and install in your WordPress, read the documentation so you know what are you doing. All right. And let's see what else we have. All right, here you have tons of options, so you can actually maybe there's something that you don't want to back up, and it's gonna take a lot more time and more space on your Dropbox or your Google Drive or whatever you're using. So you can actually uncheck whatever you want here. Okay. Let's click on files. All right, here the same thing. You have the options. You can check or uncheck stuff here. Plugins, backup plugins. Maybe you don't want to back up some specific plugins. Maybe you want to back up all of them. That's okay. So you can, be very specific with your backup, right? Let's click on plugin. Let's see what we have there. All right, plugin files, yes. And you can now, like the compression, you can check whatever you want there. That's pretty easy. And in here we have our Dropbox setup. All right, so you have to give them access to your Dropbox. So you have to actually fill this, like fill all these fields, empty fields, and save it. So you can just like create your job and go. You don't have to worry about anything. It's going to your Dropbox right there. So you actually have to fill all these things and then save your changes, and you will be ready to go. All right. In here in jobs, you will see all your backups. As you can see, you will see the list of all your backups and stuff like that. And in the logs is gonna be like if there's an error or something, it's gonna be here. Plus they're gonna send you an email if something happens. All right. Settings and all this stuff, I am not gonna touch it. Let's go to the dashboard. Let's see what it is. All right, so they are like explaining to you a little bit your folder, and yeah, I think that it's a very good plugin, and it's free. It's free. They have videos and everything explaining to you how it works if you don't have an idea how it works. But this is very important. So you have all these awesome plugins that you can use to back up your WordPress. Please do it, because it's a nightmare if something happens and you don't have a way to go back and recover those files. So please have a backup right there. Okay. You don't have an excuse. You have a free plugin right here that I'm showing you, and you can use that one, right? And that's my setup for my WordPress. There is a ton of stuff that you can do to secure your WordPress. That's the basics, and it works for me. I want to show you something. I don't want to scare you, but this is the reality. All right, this is one of my websites. They actually try to log into my website 347 times using the username test, 169 times using admin, and 19 times using webmaster. This is only 1 month. Okay, these numbers is only 1 month. This actually happens every month, sometimes a little bit less, sometimes more. Sometimes this number is like 500. Okay, and as you can see, they are not existing users because I never use admin or test or whatever it is, webmaster. And yeah, I just want to show you this because this is real, and this happens to every WordPress website. They every day try to log into your WordPress, every day, 24/7. Okay, so secure your WordPress. I showed you my basic setup, and it works for me every day. I feel secure, I can sleep at night, and everything is great. All right, so now I feel protected. That's my basic setup that I use for some of my websites. Some of them I go more advanced, but I hope this helps. And if you want to learn more, subscribe to my videos. If you have questions, comment below. I'm posting one video every week. Okay, so thank you for watching. See you next week.